Welcome back to Talky, Crashy, Flamey, otherwise known as Sim Racing Stewards, the series where we frequent the Sim Racing Stewards subreddit, link below in the description, and give my pretty scuffed take on the incidents that are posted there. And as always, during this video, I'm very much open to your thoughts on the incidents featured in this video. Let us know down below in the comments, but let's get right into it. Number 1. Is this an acceptable dive bomb? The word dive bomb makes you think that it probably isn't. But it's an ACC, it's at Spa and at the bus stop, our favourite combination. Going down towards the bus stop, we're in the McLaren. Big lunge from a long way back. He's alongside, so the move is made, really nice. Does he make it stick? Hangs it round the outside, just outside track limits, but you make that move anyway. Actually, you know what? That's a good move. So does he come from a long way back? Yeah, he does. But guy on the outside here probably should have defended this a little bit better. But opened up the gap, the guy dove into the gap, kept it without contact as well, which is the most important thing. Managed to run it around the outside. Really good pass. Next up, iRacing at Monza. Oh god, they've had the IMSA series at Monza, which is always just a shit show. Could have been avoided, but is either driver at fault for this, or is it just a racing incident? Let's find out. So we're in a Lamborghini. We've gone wide. We're now off the circuit, rejoining. Still alongside. Ferrari looking to the inside at the second Lesmo. Drive us out a little bit, and then Ferrari launched into the wall on the inside. So here's the Ferrari's point of view. He's alongside. He's got the space there. He does sort of drive the 36 off the circuit, though. So let's have another look at that and maybe slow it down a bit. So at this point of the corner, the Ferrari is significantly alongside, and the Lamborghini, to his credit, does give us room on the inside. So we're now side by side, and the Ferrari's got a bit too quick into the corner and now starts to understeer out and is pushing us off the circuit. This is... If this was F1, someone would call that a good pass, but this is actual motorsport with proper rules, and this is not how you pass someone. We've just pushed this guy off the racing surface. He has no choice now but to turn to try and get back onto the racing surface and not get pushed off into the gravel. So now we're side by side, the Ferrari's in the gravel, and we've now sort of locked wheels here, iRacing style, and it's only ever going to end one way. Ferrari gets sent off into the gravel there. If I was to blame anyone for that, I would blame the Ferrari, because you've just shoved us off the circuit. The Lamborghini was very kind, gave room on the inside to the Ferrari, but the Ferrari just didn't do the same thing and pushed us off into the gravel. I wouldn't say it was malicious, it did just seem like the Ferrari oversped a little bit into the second Lesmo there, but everything that happened after that was a result of the Ferrari pushing the Lamborghini off into the gravel there. Self-punishing move there. You'll love to see it. Bad physics, or is it someone at fault? This is our first Forza Motorsport one as well. Heavy braking zone coming up though, and this is where we tend to see a lot of shenanigans here at Road America. Big break, they're side by side in front. Bit of contact between them, because that's how you pass in Forza. Still contact, we're up on the inside. And yeah, Tremonch. Let's have a look at the point of contact and see if there's anyone at blame here. Here we are. The two in front are having quite a big fight, and I can understand as the Corvette you want to jump in there and make the move, but there's a gap there at the moment and we're actually driving into it. We've got the speed. Now, what happens here is it looks like the outside, the Aston Martin, clips into the side of this NSX, as they have been doing for the last like 45 years. And that pushes us into here. Now, these guys are turning right. You're also trying to turn right, but as soon as they make contact with the rear of the car, it makes it almost impossible to continue turning right, because you're being pushed from the side by these two cars. If you're to blame anyone here, it would probably be the Aston Martin, but to be honest, it looks like just a case of 3 into 1 not going. And I understand why you made the move, because the move was there at the time, and these guys were kind of slowing you down by fighting as much as they were. But the fact remains, whenever you take a car 3 wide into any situation, there's always going to be an inherent risk that something goes wrong, and this is just an example of that. Was I entitled to go for the move, or should I have backed out? Aston Martin at Singapore, going down towards T1 here. Big lunge on the Merc in front. We're alongside, we have a space. Oh, it's not Singapore, sorry, it's Saudi Arabia. Nice drive out the corner here on the overtake. It's now side by side, we're on the outside here, so we're going to be in a bad place, and then contact, and around we go. So we don't have any other angles of this apart from this one, so we're going to try and understand what's going from there. Now, we've had a great start as the Aston Martin. We are on the outside here. Now, remember what I said earlier about if this was F1, that move would probably be okay? That's how people race in F1, despite being open wheelers and the possibility of crashes being significantly higher. They race like they're invincible, because you have to. That's what it is. It's like in that sport. We're going down the corner here. Now, we are alongside. In fact, we're actually ahead here at the turn. So at this point, the corner, we should be given the room on the outside by the guy on the inside. But it seems as if he drives out to the outside as normal. We're really wide here. You know, we're off the ideal line. But it seems in an attempt to try and keep you there, he's overshot the inside of the corner, caused the contact, and put you into the wall, unfortunately. So was it an opportunistic move? Yes. 1,000,000%. This is not a corner that you see many overtakes at in real life, if any overtakes, just usually quite big shunts instead. But the guy on the inside definitely should have left you the room at that point. You were there, you were ahead of him, the corner was yours. Second time I was seemingly intentionally hitting this race. This is iRacing, and this is Mazda's at Alton Park. Quite a competitive circuit. We're on board with our camera car into T1. I can hear another car there behind us. Okay, let me break down what I think happened here. So Damien's gone through the corner properly, you know. Big lift mid-corner, which is going to slow up his exit a little bit, but he's ahead. He's entitled to do what he wants as long as he doesn't impede the car behind or weave like a madman. The guy behind gets a much better run through the corner. You can see him down here behind the standings. Look how much quicker he is through the corner, and decides to try and carry the speed off the circuit. Now, he's actually off circuit right now, so it's up to him to rejoin. Track limits usually are defined by this little guy, the white line. 2 wheels inside the white line, you're in the track. Of course, it depends on what series you run in, but that is the general rule. He then rejoins the circuit, but notice this right here. There is a significant gap there, but his car turns anyway. And at that point, Damien and the other guy's the passenger. They're both out of the race. Now, while this move would probably get a slap on the wrist in real life for overtaking off the circuit, the actual contact itself is down to netcode, our favourite thing, and unfortunately quite prominent in iRacing. For those who don't know, netcode is just a term for a crash that involves the prediction software from iRacing. Obviously, people are racing from all around the world in online racing. Pings are different, and because you aren't literally side by side, the game has to sometimes predict where your car is based on your actions through the previous corner. This time, it got it wrong, and it led to contact and putting this car out the race. Who's at full hero to just an incident? Well, we have a race room. Well, this is like an awesome venue. Where is this? These guys are just, it's just like a Halloween bar.
All right, Will D's going up in 4.
He's literally... We're on board with Will Thomas. Oh. No. Oh, Noah. Oh, Noah. Now, a lot happened in that clip. Let's have another look at it. So what I can see, Noah, the car we're on board with, fancied a bit of a late move on this other car in the right-hand side here. Again, vortex of danger. This is a tight 90-degree left-hander. All these guys will know this by now at this point in the race. And the guy on the outside is already turning in. He's turning into the corner. And Noah is here on the inside, but not really. He dives into a space that is very much disappearing as we go into that gap. Hits the side of this guy, causes a crash into the barrier, out the race straight away, takes someone with him as well. So Noah Hicks, mate, no more drinks for you at this awesome venue. Where is this? This place looks awesome. We have nowhere like this around here in the UK. I'd love to go there. Have a few drinks, wreck some guys, beat Will D's nuts. Imagine. Who's at fault? Do I give the place back? We're in the GR86. We're at Mo Sport. Long right-hander coming up, side by side. Car on the inside has the line for now, but now we have some of the line. We are side by side. Making a small mistake there. Well alongside now. It's now our corner as long as we can keep it. And we go to the inside. Oh, they're racing quite close. I don't know. That's a tough one. Let's have a look again. These cars don't have any aero really, all very much limited by mechanical grip, and I'll tell you why that's important now. So we turn into the corner. There's a bit of camber on the inside here, so we've taken that camber. This guy's turned in late and got onto this patch here, which helps turn the car a bit more. But he does sort of he keeps turning and actually causes contact with this car. If you see here, the turning magically stops at this point because we've entered netcode territory now. And as far as the game is concerned, these cars are touching. They're still touching, still touching. He continues to sort of turn in. Causes this incident here. So actually, it's a racing incident, but I would put any blame on the car on the outside. We had the room on the inside, we were there. He turns into us there. That's where the first contact is made. That's going to start forcing this car out to the left because he can't turn anymore. He's being pushed from the rear like this, and off he goes. So I don't think you should give the place back. I just think it's a racing deal. Just good hard racing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Was this overtake legal? So we are in the Formula Fords, going down to Scuba Circuit, the hairpin there, and it looks like we've just been forced wide by the guy on the inside. The pass is legal, but it is frowned upon. This is what we sort of commonly refer to as a block pass. You see it a lot in karting, where you just basically drive the other guy out as far as possible, and it would have been okay had there not been contact here, because at this point, this other car has got nowhere to go but to the outside of the circuit or to be hit by the other guy. If there were live stewards at an event like this, they would probably ask you to hand the place back, I think, there, because in reality, you have just sort of shoved this guy off the course. But I think the best thing to have done here was to maybe scrub off a little bit more speed, and you would have made the move okay. Unfortunately, you carried a bit too much speed into the corner. This guy's got nowhere to go. Where's he going to go at this point? You know, he's already committed to the outside here. He's given you plenty of room on the inside. And he's been pushed out wide here by Mr. Valentine Rodriguez. I'd say it is hard racing, and it's right on the line of what I would consider to be a penalty. I think that a lot of leagues would ask you to give that place back because of the contact. That was the defining feature there. If there was no contact and you just drove him out to the edge of the circuit, it would have been okay. But because of the contact, I think that, yeah, that's a tough one to call. That's one that I'm interested to hear your guys' opinions on, because it's right on the edge for me of what I would consider to be legal or not legal. Was this my fault? Back in Forza Motorsport, this time we're in some BMW M3s, some cute E30s. Having some nice racing here. Oh, well, not anymore, we're not. See ya, bro. Let's watch it again. So, Bastos is on the inside, taking the racing line. He goes a little bit wide though here, interestingly, and then cuts back across. We have the inside line. I think he just drove over the nose here. And the thing I'm using to try and discern that is this lovely white line here. The white line is a really good thing to use to see if a car moves or not. That's the white car. We go to the inside. We are on the white line here. We're actually turning at the point the guy hits us. Contact comes and the guy spins itself over our nose. So that one is nice and easy. Not intentional at all. I think base toss. The toss man in front, I think, basically just didn't quite judge correctly if he was ahead or not. And when you do that, you come across, you sweep across. The car is going to be unloaded the moment the contact happens, and you just get slung into the inside wall there. So that was on the guy in front, but it's not something that would get a penalty because his penalty is, well, this.
Bye, have a great time.
This one is called Black Car Passes Right in Front of Me and I understeer into him with nowhere to go. It kind of looks like to me that you just run into him there. He passes in front of you, it's his line, it's his part of the circuit. You just... And at this point as well, you're actually matching his speed, pretty much, and then... I don't know, you just drive through him. I'm not particularly sure on the rules in Oval, but this is Iowa, so you can see sort of where the majority of the racing line is. This guy has come down fairly sharp and slowed up a bit, so maybe this might be on him, but if we compare him to the white car here, the white car's had a much better run through there, and this guy's just been very, very slow. Usually we say as a, not a firm rule, but mostly it's up to the fastest car to overtake safely. However, if the car in front does something that is unpredictable, as this kind of seems to be, you have to assign some blame here to the black car. To me, it looks like both these guys aren't really on the ideal line here, so maybe not a particularly high split at this point, but I'm finding it hard to blame the black car for being run into here. It's going to be one of those things that, again, goes down as a racing incident, and the reason why is because I don't know what's happened before and after this. This clip's too small to like discern who's at fault here and how we've reached this situation. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go with the big old racing incident stamp. Oh, this is the same guy as earlier. Does this look intentional? The turn initiated seemed way too sharp for this hairpin. I was hit from behind pretty hard in the earlier lap by the same car. Okay, let's have a look. Going into the hairpin. Look intentional. It's hard to see because of this, but what I think's happened here is Damien again has been involved in another crash that isn't his fault and isn't intentional. He's on the inside. The guy on the outside, I think, has braked on the grass. And when you brake on the grass, the tyres that are on the grass are obviously going to have a little bit less grip than the tyres, or quite a bit less grip than the tyres on the surface. If you imagine going in a straight line and then only the brakes on the right hand side grabbing, which direction is your car going to go? It's going to go right straight away because the movement starts as soon as he hits the brake pedal. And unfortunately, Damien just can't catch a brake, gets shunted by this guy, and off he goes, and off they both go. Does he make it through the gap? No, no he doesn't. So fault does 100% lie on the guy in the white here, but it'll just be put down as a racing incident because nothing is intentional, it's just a mistake. Simbo says this was the last lap taking the line. I don't think I did anything bad, just messed up the bus stop. Is this report worthy? So we are in the Formula 4s. These guys go pretty hard. Big lock up there. We are still ahead. We are still ahead. So we're going to be slow off the exit here. So I don't see what the problem was here, to be honest. It seems that this guy... The race ends here. We've taken the P2. Well done. Good position. The guy in front, drives in front of us, locks up the brakes, and causes a crash for some reason. That's just a really weird one to me. I don't know why you would do that. It seems like, you know, it seems like he's just a bad loser at this point. Upset that he's not taken second place, but this sort of stuff's not really necessary. You know, you just end up looking like a bit of a child. Blue card guilty, reportable for intentional wrecking, intentional crashing, and just grow up. I sentence you to grow the fuck up. It's Damien again! He's back! Is it going to be free for Damien? Terrible rejoin on final turn on final lap at Alton Park Circuit. Is it intentional? Right, Damien, what happened here? So, going into the last corner, as you say, last lap, guy has gone off to the... Oh, man. Is it intentional? I'm going to say that I don't think it is.
Another one.
I think it's just a guy that hasn't held his brakes. As we come over the crest, you can see a car has just gone into the wall. And I can see that his wheel, for a second, his wheels are not facing the right way. So he's hit that wall pretty hard. Now being spat back onto the circuit by the wall. Now he should be braking here, although I'm not sure if his brakes are doing anything. I guess not, but the fact that he's coming over the circuit here. And I don't see his input. What would have been good here, Damien, to discern if it was on purpose or not, is whether he accelerated back onto the circuit. To me, it looks like he just didn't hold his brakes. And caused that contact. So, again, is it intentional? Damien, I'm sorry. I think for the third time, that is not intentional. I think that you just, unfortunately, got caught out there. Did I get anything wrong? Did I get anything wrong? Let me know in the comments below. I usually do. I'm not perfect. I'm not a steward. I'm just some guy who talks a lot. And as always, a massive thank you for watching. I appreciate you choosing to spend a little bit of your day with me. A big thank you to the channel members and patrons who help support this channel. Much appreciated as always. You guys are legends. Take care. Have an awesome day. See you all next time.